Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to the Fruit of Grisaia. So in the last episode, we found our enemy. We found the antagonist of this route, and it's not just the guilt or whatever that Amane is feeling. So, a little different than Sachi's route, I think, but whatever. Anyways, so we got a guy trying to kill us, which is fantastic, and he's turned this into a game, which is always fun. So, we are now having to decide something. I'll bring that up right now. So, we either have to run away, or we have to run away separately. And I have no idea what to do. I've thought of this, but I also looked back into my comments and found the comment where someone was telling me, like, hey, I recommend that you do the bad ending first. Not just in general, but do it first. So I had to think, what will get the bad ending? What will get us killed? Or whatever the bad ending actually is. So, I think, and this, like, I have not checked. I have not cheated here. I think, by running away separately, we will die. Or the bad ending will happen, or whatever. And the reason why I say this is, yeah, Yuuji did make a point, and I brought this up last time, that he might be able to do better by fighting alone. However, Amane is fucking retarded. She's probably going to pull some shit, which is terrible. And Yuuji is dying right now. He's got a wound, so I don't think good things will come out of us running away separately. I think if we teamed up with Amane, good things would happen. But I'm kind of unsure here. So this is going to be kind of just a guess and go situation. If I get the good ending accidentally, sorry, but I'm prepared for a long episode here, or something. I don't know what I'll do with the episodes. I really wanted to hit 250 to end this, but I don't know what's going to happen here since we're doing both endings. But we're going to run away separately. I think I should make another save for this, actually. So this will be right here. This will be our whatever ending we're going to get here save, I guess. So we're going to run away separately. We're in no position to have a debate about this. Amane, please try to understand. This is the only thing we can do right now. It's the strategy that leaves us the highest possibility of surviving. Okay, good Euro. I'll be the decoy and run to the right. You break in the opposite direction once he follows, got it? Oh, fuck. Break time's over. Get running, huh? The man's got no patience. Listen to me, Amane. Focus on keeping yourself alive. Don't even thinking about giving up. Alright, that's fantastic. I'm not Kazuki. I'm not going to... I am going to survive this, and I'm going to hold you in my arms again. The only thing you need to do is believe in me and run. Understand? Run? I've been running for a very long time now. From many things. I ran away from this mountain, deserting my friends. Oh wait, we're with Amane now. They don't do a good job transitioning characters, or the person that we're following. I ran away from those who blame me, hiding myself from their eyes. I ran from my own guilty conscience, using Yuuji as my refuge. If Yuuji thinks he can protect me by pretending to flee, I can do the same for him. No matter what, I'll never run again. This time, it's my turn. I'll get Yuuji out of here alive. But to achieve that, I need a way to fight back. I knew that Amane was gonna pull some stupid shit. Just watch. I think we got the bad ending, guys. She's gonna do something very bad here. Oh man, I'm not prepared for this. I need a weapon. Oops. That said, we left all our luggage back at the monument. And even then, we hadn't packed anything that might serve as a weapon. A rock or tree branch off the ground would probably be more effective. What do I do? As I move my hand through the pocket of my jeans in search of anything useful, my fingertips brush against a folded sheet of paper. The memo Kazuki left with me 6 years ago. And on the final page, there is a roughly sketched map to the hidden stash we'd been planning to unearth. What did Kazuki leave behind for me? When I was in trouble, Kazuki would always save me. For some reason, I feel like she's going to help me one last time. To be perfectly honest, I can understand how Captain Sakashida's father feels. Sometimes the pain of losing someone you love can prove simply unendurable. Rationally, he knew that it was nothing but a cruel accident. For a while, he accepted that, but I understand why he came to despise me, the one and only survivor of that nightmare. Why did I survive? Why not his daughter? What was so different about us that our fates had diverged so sharply? It's no surprise that he might conclude I was a coward, a traitor, a monster. It was the most comforting possible interpretation. Maybe the only one he could bear to accept. Or maybe the only one he could bear to accept. That comforting bitterness slowly twisted his thoughts until at last Suo Amane, murdered my daughter, became his truth. For 6 years, for 6 years that hatred built up in a dark corner of his mind. Fed by misery and pain, given no outlet, no release. With the spark of my classmates' message, it must have simply exploded. Unable to endure the overwhelming sorrow of his daughter's death, he transformed it all into hatred against me. That powerful anger gave him the strength to crawl up from the depths of despair, just as I used Yuuji to bury my pain. That man found his refuge in his loathing for me. I understand. I really truly do, all too well. I don't. But even so... After reaching the spot indicated on Kazuki's map, I begin to dig into the earth using a tree branch. Every time I thrust into the rocky ground, the rough branch pierces my palm with painful splinters. Even so, I push it into the earth again and again, begging for help. The stash isn't buried as deeply as I'd expected. Soon enough, a dirty blue cooler emerges from the earth. This was something that had belonged to the basketball club. We'd searched the overturned bus high and low for it, but never found it. We'd ended up deciding it must have gone flying out of a window as we tumbled down the cliff, but... Oh my god. After 6 years buried beneath the earth, the words Takizono Private Academy Basketball Club that we'd written on the side in permanent marker had faded to an illegible, smudge. But other than that, the plastic box doesn't seem to have been damaged. Oh boy, if it's actually her head. I snap open the buckles that were locking the cooler's lid in place and gently swing it open. Inside, I find a large quantity of dirty water that must have leaked through the cracks of the lid, or cracks in the lid, a single kitchen knife, and a plastic Tupperware container. Other than that, there's nothing but soggy garbage decayed beyond recognition by years of hydrolysis. I remember it well. This is the knife I pointed at my neck on that day. The knife Kazuki gently took from my shaking hands. Why is this here? Whatever the case, I have a weapon now. That is true, I didn't think of that for a second there. The only other item that hasn't rotten away to nothing is the opaque white piece of Tupperware. When I take the damp plastic container in my hand and give it a tentative shake, something inside makes a dry rustling sound. Offering a silent prayer to nothing in particular, I slowly peel off the lid, by now half fused to the container below. Inside, there's a folded sheet of white notebook paper. With trembling hands, I unfold the letter and begin to read. To my dear best friend, Suo Amane. First of all, congratulations on getting out alive. So she knows. Or she knew that we would get out of there. If you're reading this letter, I expect several years have passed since the accident, and you're finally beginning to calm down and face up to what occurred here. I'm sure you opened this box in search of answers, an explanation of the events after you escaped. Therefore, I'll now give you the executive summary. Everyone died from illness. Surprised? Well, I should think so. Very well then, I'll give you a short rundown of the particulars. The trigger of these events, that is to say the ultimate cause of their deaths, was eating the improperly prepared meat of Haruka-san. Haruka had spent the last 2 weeks of her life lying in her sick bed with fractured legs. Owing to the unsanitary conditions and her severe vitamin deficiencies, she ultimately began to suffer from severe skin diseases. You remember this, I assume. In addition, her immune system had been weakened badly by a number of factors, including her advanced malnutrition and irregular excretion. Bacterial toxins built up heavily within her body, directly leading to her death. If we'd cremated Haruka-san's remains immediately afterward, there likely wouldn't have been any danger whatsoever. But incinerating a human corpse requires a considerable thermal power, and we'd use up our supply of gasoline, rendering a fire of the requisite temperature beyond our means. Well, I suppose there was nothing anyone could have done about that. In any case, as the result of consuming that contaminated meat, there was an abrupt outbreak of acute internal disease. Symptoms included shivers, vertigo, fatigue, as well as diarrhea and the dehydration that accompanied it. Within 2 to 4 days of sickening, nearly all were dead. Of course, since you never ate the meat in question, you were spared this fate. Thank God. I guess Kazuki was right on that front. Shit. Well, not only was it human meat, but yeah. Anyways, do you still remember what Haruka-san said to you that day near the end as you nursed her at her deathbed? Suo-san, I'll repay your kindness someday. Even if I die, I'll never ever forget this. She kept that final promise, I believe, albeit in a form I'm sure you never expected. The one who truly saved your life might well have been Haruka-san. But I know your gentle heart. I'm sure you're giving all the credit to your dear friend Kazami Kazuki, who offered up her body to protect you. I'm sure you've offered me many tearful thanks. Therefore, I've got a favor to ask of you. If my little brother has lost his way, if he's suffering alone, I want you to find him and help him. My Yuuji is a cowardly little crybaby. His kindness is about all he has going for him. A bit of a hopeless boy, really. Even so, he's my one and only brother, and I love him very much. Leaving him is my only regret. If Yuuji happens to be standing next to you as you read this, he's a very fortunate young man. He needs a reliable woman by his side. He's the sort who can't manage anything alone. If possible, I'd like you to watch over my little brother forever. Well then, so long as we're both alive, let's meet again somewhere, someday. Respectfully yours, the greatest friend of your life, Kazami Kazuki. P.S. If by some chance you currently find yourself in a life or death situation, take the attached kitchen knife and please do your best to eliminate the threat by your own power. I will no longer save you. Believe in a happier tomorrow. If necessary, fight for it. I firmly believe that you're capable of blazing your own path forward. Wow. What a letter that was. What does this mean? In the end, what happened to Kazuki? I mean, when did she even write? Yeah, when did she write that? What the fuck? Okay, so she apparently wrote it after everyone died. So, 2 things here. She died last, or she either got out of this alive or died a little later or something along those lines. Because nothing is said. I have a feeling that maybe it's like a cover-up too. Maybe she survived longer and she made it seem like she died by cutting people up. Hey, are you alive or are you dead? Which is it, Kazuki? And how could she possibly know my situation this precisely? Was she even human? Monster feels a lot more convincing right now. Man, I've given up many hours ago. I have no idea when she wrote this letter, or why. But there's one thing, and one thing only, I understand very clearly. I understand Kazuki. Your wish has always been my command. Alright. Man, I think it's go time.
逃げない。もっと逃げろ。どうしたもっと元気に逃げ回らなきゃ面白くねえだろうが。
Did I ever tell you guys this guy is fucking insane? Ah, shut the hell up already. Seriously, give me a damn break here. He may be batshit, but the man's still a hell of a hunter. He's playing with me. It's unbelievably frustrating to know that, but there's nothing I can do about it. Whenever I slow my pace to try and observe his approach, a gunshot instantly rings out, bursting apart a tree a few feet ahead and showering me in sharp fragments of wood. I've been looking to take advantage of the reload time required after every 2 shots, because double barrel, duh. But he's been reloading after every blast, always leaving at least 1 bullet loaded as insurance against a counterattack. Smart, actually. Normally, dropping low and crawling concealed along the muddy ground might be the better plan, but it wouldn't do much good here. The guy's got a shotgun. Even a haphazard shot in my general direction has a good chance of hitting me. Given the smallest opening, I could take measures to fight back directly. But after every shot, Sakashida melts back into the thick green forest. He's slowly, methodically pushing me into a corner, without the briefest moment of carelessness. Feels like I'm a boxer getting a kick to the face every time I try to pull myself up off the canvas. He's not letting me do a thing. Bastard. Cursing is about the most I can do. Helps with the stress, but very little else. Since drawing Sakashida's attention, I've been grazed by the shotgun's blasts numerous times. By now I'm covered in fresh gunshot wounds, bleeding copiously, and drawing breath in wheezing gasps. My vision's beginning to grow dim.
Hi! Dong! Ashi utte dong!
Oh boy, this guy's crazy. Alright, we're dead. The latest barrage of lethal pellets grazes my right thigh, knocking it violently forward with an impact like a powerful low kick. I pitch forward, crashing to the ground. Ugh. Unable even to control my fall, I clumsily smash into the rocky soil. Raising my head, I spit out the gravel and dirt that plunged into my mouth. But that's the most I can manage. I can no longer rise to my feet.
どうしましたか、風見さん。もうおしまいですか?
God damn it. I'm not your toy, old man. Sakashida's scheme is completely transparent. He's purposefully toying with me, tormenting me at length in an attempt to lure out Amane. The man emerges from the woods and advances slowly, staring down at me as he cracks open his shotgun, but not his cold one. Ejecting the shell he fired, he retrieves another from the pouch around his waist and pushes it into the barrel.
しかしあの女、あなたを見捨ててまた一人で逃げましたね。最低のクズ女ですよ。どうして皆さんあんなうんこ女をかばうんですかね?
Man, if anyone's a piece of shit, it's you. I don't offer an answer to his question. No, more accurately, I don't have the composure necessary to answer. I crawl forward on the uneven ground, every breath I take a gasp, every frantic beat of my heart sending more blood spurting out of my wounds.
やっぱあれですか? ビッチだからですか? あのオチとかっていう陰行教員が天音さんだけを見逃したのもやはりそういうことなんですかね?
No, Ochi was... Well, yeah, I guess he was a degenerate, but that's not exactly why. Shut the fuck up. No one asked for your opinion on my woman. I'll kill you, you asshole. まだまだ元気ですね。若いですね。その多すぎる血の気をもう少し抜いてあげましょう。はい。 Oh, well, great. That's not pleasant. Yet another gunshot, this time grazing the thigh of my left leg. It's clearly not a direct hit, but as he fired from point-blank range, the impact still knocks my leg violently into the air. It feels hot more than anything else, but that probably just means my sense of pain is beginning to shut down.
Amane-san! いいんですか? このままじゃあなたの彼氏無駄死にをしますよ.
Pointless, what the fuck? Shut up! Don't call a woman in the middle of a one-on-one fight.
怠慢とか言えるほどの状況じゃないでしょあなた.
But even as he sneers down at me, Sakashita methodically reloads the single shell he's fired, remaining fully alert. Amane, stay away, you got that? You don't need to come back. I'll take him to hell by myself. Shit, stand up. You're going to stand up, Yuuji. You weren't trained gently enough to go down this easy, were you? Ugh. Grit those teeth, boy.
また立ち上がりますか。根性、ガッツマンですね。何をそんなに頑張ってるんだが。一体何故にそこまで?
For her sake, obviously. If your daughter's life was on the line, you'd go this far yourself, wouldn't you?
確かに。なるほどね。しかしね。あの周王アマネにそれだけの価値があるとは私にはどうしても思えませんね。あなた、なんであんなクソ女のために犬死にができるんですか?
Don't be an idiot. I'm off the clock right now. I've got no intention of dying like a dog for anything other than my country.
でも実際にこうしてあなたはアマネさんのために傷ついて死にかけているじゃないですか。
I was finally going to have a family of my own. If I die for her, no matter how or where, it'll never be a dog's death.
所詮はガキの綺麗事ですね。がっかりですよ。だってそうでしょ？あのクズ女、本当に一人で逃げたみたいですよ。あなたがこんな目に遭っているというのに助けに来ようともしない。毒虫だなんだと言われているようですが、心底抱きすべき最低のクソ虫ですね。
I gave her a strict order to stay away. She's a well-behaved, understanding woman.
はいはい、そうですか。わかりましたよ。あなたを餌にしてあのクソ虫女を釣ろうとしていたわけですが、無駄でしたね。残念です。すみませんね、風見さん。こんなくだらん茶番に付き合わせてしまって。
Ah, that a fact? Much obliged for your trouble. Better make sure you do it right, though. If I survive this, it's your turn.
ああ、そうですか。頭吹き飛ばされて生きてる人間がいるならぜひ見てみたいもんですな。はい、じゃあさようなら。
Shit. Alright, Yuuji. What the hell? That's it? After all that big talk, this is all I've got? Pretty lame. But Amane got away. This isn't a meaningless death. That's good enough, right? In that instant, the sound of branches snapping, bushes rustling. Don't tell me. Lifting myself up off my back, I turn to look over my shoulder to find my fears confirmed. Amane rushes forward through the forest, a gleaming kitchen knife somehow clutched at her waist, screaming a fierce war cry. Well, I guess my predictions at the beginning of this was correct.
Nani?
Charging forward on a collision course with Sakashita, gripping her knife tightly at the hip with two white-knuckled hands, Suo Amane is the very picture of a wrathful demon. The sheer bloody determination and hate in her eyes would make any who see them recall the words death before surrender. Sakashita, momentarily overwhelmed by Amane's spirit, flinches slightly before moving to aim the shotgun in his hands. Not missing her chance, Amane lowers her body and closes the last few meters in an instant. Ramming her shoulder into Sakashita's left flank, she swings the knife, sheltered at her side, up toward his gut. And twisting her waist forward with the thrust, she stabs the blade home with all her strength. Fuck, dude. Amane! It was a beautiful thrust, as forceful and sudden as a flash of lightning. But why? Why did you come back, you utter idiot? Amane leans forward, pushing all her body weight into the knife, twisting it in vicious circles to enlarge the wound. In the next instant, she's blown backward by a point-blank blast from Sakashita's shotgun. Tossed through the air like a doll by the impact, a cloud of scorched blood and pulverized flesh scatters from Amane's stomach. Oh no! I think we got the bad ending. So I guess I did good on that part, but oh my god. Snarling with rage, Sakashita readies his gun for a second shot. Amane! A burning red haze fills my mind. Somehow I'm pulling myself up out of a pool of my own blood. Somehow I'm staggering towards Sakashita, but slowly. So very slowly. Even in my shock and agony and fury, I understand with painful clarity that I'm moving in slow motion. At the instant the muzzle of Sakashita's gun aligns with his line of sight, I realize that he's drawn a bead on my head, and instantly twist my body to the side. Ugh! The lower barrel of the shotgun flashes a brilliant red. The pellets tear past my head, taking most of my left ear with them. Oh my god. Scorching gas hits me full in the face, scalding my open left eye. Even so, I lunge forward blindly, grappling with Sakashita, my hands seeking his throat. Sakashita swings his shotgun like a club, solidly catching the side of my head with a jarring crunch. My violently concussed brain loses all sense of balance and I crumble to the ground.
たくどいつもこいつもふざけやがって。このくたばり損ないが！てめえなんでまだ生きてんですか！撃たれたんならちゃっちゃと落ちれよクソ虫が！くそ！弾が待ってろゴラ！
I mean, he did fire 2 shots this time around. Yeah, did Yuuji die?
こいつまだ生きてやがる。さすがは毒虫だな。しぶといじゃないか。腹吹き飛ばされてまだ動いてるよこの女。気持ち悪い。そりゃあんた毒虫って言われるよ。天音さんよ。
I'm roused from my half-conscious daze by the sound of Sakashita's insane laughter. Oh, I guess we're not dead. Ugh.
Yo, Kazamiさんよ。生きててくれたか。こいつはラッキーだ。 待ってな、今このクソ虫女の目の前でぐっちゃんぐっちゃんのバラッバラに吹き飛ばしてやんよ。
Once again, he turns his gun to me, training the barrels on my head, and this time I can't move an inch. End of the line, huh? No, not yet. If nothing else, I've got to save Amane. If I can't do that, I'll really die a useless, meaningless death, like the dog I've always been. Up until now, I haven't done a single worthwhile thing in my entire pathetic excuse for a life. At the end, just once, I want to protect someone I love and go to hell with my head held high. I'm not giving up yet. Come on, Sakashita. I'll glare you to death. My scorched left eye is glued shut, but with a fierce effort of will, I force my right wide open and take in an unbelievable scene. What? Oh shit!
噛みつきやがった。ふざけんな。離せクソ虫が。犬かてめえ。クソ血が。ぐわいてえ。このクソバカ女。離せっつってんだろうが。
Not sure why there's a closed bracket right there, but whatever.
話すもんか。
Wait. Is that something that she just said? Do I not have to say that out loud?
気持ち悪いって言ってんだよ、ほら。話せって言ってんだろうが。
That's pretty brutal.
絶対に話すもんか。せめて腕の一本ぐらいは道連れにしてやる。あんたの腕は私が食いちぎって地獄まで持って行ってやる。
ざっけんな。なめんじゃねえぞ、ほら。
Why am I doing the bad ending again?
もう一人で逃げ出すのは嫌なのよ。一人で生き残ったっていいことなんて何もない。苦しいだけだよ。それに和樹と約束したんだよ。ユージだけは絶対に守るって約束したんだ。
いいから死ねえよ。
Oh.
ユージありがとう。ユージ残念だけど、本当に残念だけど、もうお別れだね。ありがとう。私の罰に付き合ってくれて本当にありがとう。せっかく和樹にもらったこの命、結局私こんな生き方しかできなかったけど、それでもあんたと出会えて楽しかった。これで私やっといけるよ。だからありがとうユージ。そしてごめんねユージ。
なんだこの女、本当に人間か。化け物め。
Holy fuck, dude.
くそ痛え。腕の肉をごっそり食いちぎりやがった。ふざけやがって。この人食い女がくたばれ。
まあね。
おい風見さんよ、あんたの女頭いかれてんぞ。
Maintaining a constant stream of curses, Sakashita pulls Amane's broken teeth from his wound one by one, hurling them onto the ground at his feet with a disgusted shudder. Amane, you fought hard, didn't you? To the very last, you never gave up. Just what I'd expect to see from a woman I fell in love with. You've got some real goddamn guts. Well done. I'd give you a hand of applause if I could. No matter what anyone says, you're the best woman in the whole damn world. You can run on ahead with that arm of Sakashida's. I'll take care of the rest. Not to worry. I'll catch you up soon. Just sit on your heels and wait.
たく、どいつもこいつも往生際の悪いったらありゃしない。私も人を撃ったのは初めてですけどね。結構しぶといもんなんですね。人間ってのは。
This guy's fucked in the head, dude.
さて、お待たせしましたね。次はあなたですよ、風見さん。
Watching Sakashida's face twist in cruel pleasure through my one functioning eye, listening to his indifferent, strangely flat words with my one intact ear, a strange calm wells up within me. It's not that I've given into despair. It's just that, for some reason, there's only one thought in my mind. A warm, wistful, silly thought, utterly out of place in this cold world. I want to eat her cooking just one more time. And right now, nothing else seems to matter. Pushing 2 shells into his shotgun with an air of finality, Sakashida tries to take a step toward me. Instead, he jerks to a halt and furrows his brow in confusion. I follow Sakashida's gaze toward the ground. Once again, we confront the unbelievable. Amane, collapsed limply at Sakashida's feet, has firmly locked her right hand around his booted ankle.
こいつまだ生きてやがんのか?
Holy fuck, dude, Amane's strong. The color draining from his face, Sakashida quickly tries to shake his leg free, but Amane's grip doesn't falter in the slightest.
おい、この女もう死んでるのになんでだ? なんで離れない? クソ、手を離せ、このクソ虫女が。
Sakashida gimbers madly, his teeth chattering audibly in his mouth. Bringing his shotgun to bear on Amane's body, he fires a shot point blank into her back, but her clutching hand doesn't even twitch. She's dead. She's been dead, but even in death, she won't release her grip. I see how it is, Amane. One arm wasn't enough for you, eh? Haha. Greedy woman. You'll never change. I can't do a laugh. With my sudden burst of laughter, the last slender thread holding Sakashida to something resembling sanity snaps. That was some real insane screen shaking. Somehow gulping in great mouthfuls of air, even as he shrieks, Sakashida kicks his leg frantically into the air, staring with goggling eyes as Amane's white hand fighting its implacable, implaceable, grip to no avail. Terrifying. Truly terrifying. Is this what human hatred can be? A thing that takes on a life of its own? A spirit that grows only fiercer in death?
Yada! Hanase! Hanase!
The thing clutching Sakashida's ankle is no longer Amane. It's death itself, taken Amane's form. Desperate to shake off that cold hand, Sakashida kicks violently into the air one final time and loses his balance, tumbling hard to the rocky ground as if dragged down by Amane's body. His head strikes a boulder with a wet crack. Ouch. With a strange little shriek, Sakashida stops moving. Ignoring him, I begin to crawl my way across the ground. Through the slippery blood that coats the harsh earth, I drag myself to Amane. Amane. Hey, Amane. Somehow reaching her at last, I pull myself to my knees and raise her body from the ground. I look down into her face. After so many vicious blows, nothing but a swollen mass of shattered bones. Her ruined mouth full of broken teeth is smiling contentedly in death. Staring into the face of a woman who fought to the death and beyond, a cold emptiness floods into my heart. The hell are you grinning for, woman? There wasn't a single damn thing in your life worth smiling about. If you didn't notice, I was trying to give you something to live for. Idiot. We were still just getting started. How many damn times did I tell you you weren't allowed to die? There wasn't a single good reason for you to die here, you complete and utter idiot. Even so, Amane died protecting the life of someone she loved. Maybe that was enough for her. Maybe that was what she'd wanted all along. But whatever the case, Amane, you died a worthy death as a human being. Amane, well done. I'm glad I fell in love with you. I really mean that. When you told me you wanted to take Kazuki's place, I scolded you. I told you there was only one Kazuki, that no one could ever replace her. But the thing is, that's true for you as well. Always has been. No one could ever take your place. To me, you are the one and only, the greatest damn woman in the world. Huh. Well then, what do you know, Sakashita-san? It seems I've survived. Hey, do you remember what I told you just a little while ago? That's right. I spelled it out for you, didn't I? If I survive this, it's your turn. Remember that? Sorry to keep you waiting. Slipped my mind for a moment there. It's your turn now. I gently pull the shotgun out of Sakashita's unconscious hands. I haven't been, so I can't speak from experience. But hell might not be so bad once you get used to it, you know? Well, you head along first, and send back me a postcard, or is it send me back a postcard, whatever. I'm sure your daughter's waiting for you on the other side. Wow. Once again, I failed. Once again, I couldn't protect anyone. If only I could turn back time, it'd be all different. Just one more chance, and I'd pull it off beautifully. Once again, the weight of a woman's death settles on my shoulders. Once again, I'm alone. Holding Amane's battered, cold body in my arms, I stare quietly up into the sky. There's nothing above me. Nothing but a single curling column of gunpowder smoke rising silently up into the void. Wow. There's no credits! I was so ready for credits! I even, did some tests. They don't even give you credits. Wow. Alright. Okay, I guess. Fine with me. I'm speechless. I really am. So that happened. So I guess Yuuji lived? But at what cost? I like what he said, if he could, rewind time and change things. Well, that's what we're gonna do next time, for sure. I guess, working with Amane is definitely the right thing to do here. You gotta, I guess, team up. And you gotta get around this crazy motherfucker. I guess that's the takeaway, but whatever. This was truly a bad ending, and I'm not exactly sure why I was told to do the bad ending here. I was told to do the bad endings before with other routes, but I was specifically told to do both of the endings in this route. Like, it's a necessary thing, and I was reminded about that just a few days ago with a YouTube comment on one of my recent Grisaia videos. So I thought, I guess I'll do it for once, and plus it'll help me get to 250 episodes in this playthrough. I'm trying to stretch it to that number, I really am. So I don't know if the next episode will be the finale, since I am trying to stretch it. I don't know if the good ending will actually be as short as this. I think it'll be as long as this and maybe some extra. That's my theory. I feel like there should be more to this. This wasn't a proper conclusion on any front. So I feel as if I should be able to make 2 episodes out of the good ending. We'll see what happens. If I have to, maybe I'll cross-check. I don't know. But I'm trying to avoid spoilers from now on. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this very horrifying end to Amane's route. Next time we'll do it the right way. We'll do it the legitimate way. So I hope to see you guys then. If you enjoyed this, leave a like. I don't really know why anyone would enjoy this, but whatever. And for more Grisaia content, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time with the proper good ending where things don't go bad.